Shalom, friends. Akiv here, inviting you to a very special free webinar I'll be giving this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time in celebration of Hanukkah in general and specifically Hanukkah here in Israel. You can go to israel5.org/webinar to sign up for free or click on the link below. We'll be focusing on how the Hanukkah story inspired the early Zionist leaders. We'll take a look at how modern Israelis celebrate Hanukkah in the modern Jewish state. We'll also be taking a look at modern Maccabee warriors and heroes of the Jewish people, people who have done tremendous things over the years for the Jewish people, and specifically during these past 2 years of war, and how they are ensuring and making sure that the Jewish people have a safe and secure Jewish state for many, many years to come. We'll also take a fun look at the Israeli culinary world around Hanukkah and the incredible and exquisite and delicious donuts that they put out every year, only around Hanukkah time, for the Hanukkah celebration. Join me this Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You can click on the link below or go to israel5.org/webinar to sign up for free. Hope to see you there. All the best, my friends, and be well. Shalom, friends. Instead of a fun fact about Israel this week, I want to share with you a fun story about Israel, a story that happened to me just the other day. Shalom, friends. It's Akiva with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. For me, this is a very only in Israel kind of story. What I mean by only in Israel, those things that only happen in Israel because Israel is the only Jewish state in the world, and all kinds of unique things happen here because of that fact. So what's the story? So the other day I was taking a bike ride. It was last Friday. It was a beautiful day, sun was shining, blue skies. I wanted to take advantage of such great weather because during the winter, hopefully it rains a lot, which it actually has been the past few days. So I took advantage of that great clear sky and I jumped on my bike and took a nice long bike ride, and I was on my way back from that nice long bike ride. And I passed a dog, a cute little black and white dog. And he started to run with me, like dogs do. They like moving things, so they start running. And I thought maybe after half a block, half a street, the one street, he would turn around and go home. But that's not what happened. The dog kept running with me, actually in front of me. It would sprint ahead, then stop and look back to make sure I was still there. And I did this street after street after street. I couldn't believe this. In all my years biking, this has never happened to me before. Right, this dog became attached to me very, very quickly, or at least attached to the bicycle. I tried turning right and turning left and losing the dog, with all due respect, because I wanted the dog to go home, but it wouldn't fall for any of the tricks I played. Right, it would stop, it would follow me, it would make that right turn, it would make that left turn. It looked back just every few seconds, so it didn't give me much time to kind of go in a different direction successfully. Anyway, this kept going on literally for a half an hour. And I was crossing streets and the dog was crossing streets with me, and people were passing me by either on the sidewalk or in their cars in the streets, wondering, like, what are you doing with a dog not on a leash and just running kind of wild like that? I had to tell so many people who I walked by, whether they were walking or in their cars, it's not my dog, he's not my dog, he's just following me. I even passed other bikers where I thought that this dog would start following the other biker. But that didn't happen either. He just wanted to follow me, or again, run in front of me. So what happened eventually, I was in the center of my town, and this person stopped her car. She had a dog in the car as well. She can tell what was going on. And she's like, well, maybe he's got a tag with a phone number. I'm like, I didn't even think of that. So buried underneath its fur, it wasn't very apparent, was a tag, a small little tag. And on the flip side was a phone number. I'm like, wow, amazing. So I called the phone number, and a guy picks up immediately. And I said to him in Hebrew, like, do you know where your dog is? And he said, oh no, what happened? And I told him the story. He says, oh no, I'm in reserve duty right now in the army, and someone's watching my dog for me. The dog must have gotten away. I'm like, oh, no worries, don't worry. He's like, can I give your phone number to her and she'll come and pick the dog up? I'm like, of course, I'm going to go home now. Here's my number. You have my number. Have her call me. Before I got off the phone with this guy, I asked him, by the way, where are you doing reserve duty? He said, you won't believe it, but I'm in Syria right now. I'm like, in Syria? I'm talking to you and you're in Syria right now. That's crazy. That's my story. And why do I love that story so much? Why am I telling you this story? Why is that our fun story for the day instead of our usual fun fact about Israel? Because that is a fun fact about Israel, is that you call somebody and you don't even know if they're, in your own country, right? Someone doing reserve duty, okay, maybe he's on the border with Lebanon, maybe he's in Judea and Samaria, maybe he's in the Negev, maybe he's on the Gaza border, maybe even he's in Gaza, right? There's still many soldiers inside Gaza. But in Syria, I mean, I knew that we have soldiers in Syria, but I didn't think I was actually going to call someone and he's going to pick up while he's in Syria. And that just shows, really what's going on in Israel today. That we have soldiers standing strong, standing tall, right, on all borders, inside of all borders, right, making sure that our enemies don't attack. And if they do, that we're ready to deflect the attack. So a fun story, a different kind of story, a different kind of sharing today about life in Israel that, you could be looking for a dog's owner. Call that owner, and he might be doing reserve army duty in a foreign country. All the best, my friends. Thanks for listening. Fun facts, fun stories about Israel. There are so many. All the best, and be well.